Well, they keep climbing. Gas prices across the country now soaring above $3.80 a gallon. And even in some states, gas is more than $4 a gallon. So what does Energy Secretary Stephen Chu think of his job performance when it comes to gas prices?
In controlling the cost of gasoline at the pump, do you give yourself an A-?
Well, the tools we have at our disposal are limited, but I would say I would give myself a little higher in that since I became a Secretary of Energy, I've been doing everything I can to get long-term solutions.
Higher than an A-. Well, you know what that is, so he gives himself an A or maybe even an A+. Congressman Jim Jordan is on the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. He joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good to be with you.
Your thoughts on his grading, and how did, I mean, that must have been an interesting moment inside the room, because
you know, only this administration, which you know, has gas prices now at $4 a gallon, can give themselves an A. I mean, here was the takeaway.
Why did he do that? I mean, I was actually surprised at that. I mean, this is an extremely smart guy. He's a Nobel Prize physicist.
Yeah. I think the takeaway from the hearing, when you look at all the different questions from me and colleagues, you know, folks on the committee, they are so committed to this green energy strategy and helping. You know, we asked questions about helping their friends get loans. 28 of the 27 companies that got loans had connections to the Obama administration's people who raised money. So they're so focused on that, so focused on helping companies that shouldn't have got loans in the first place, that they cannot focus on supply, increase in supply, which would actually bring down the price. So they're a demand-focused agenda, they're a green energy-focused agenda. They can't get to the heart of the matter, which is we need to increase supply. Simple as that.
You know, the environmental movement should be outraged at how they've done this, because that whole Solyndra problem with the $550 million loan with a company, a lot of red flags, is going to go under. It's just given ammunition to anybody who never wants to pursue solar energy. I mean, it's just incredible. Giving money, giving deals to people who are fundraisers, or who are, and having those programs go belly up, all that does is hurt the environmental movement.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a pattern though with this administration. You look at 23 of the 27 companies that got loans, Fitch and Standard & Poor's ranked them as junk status, BB- rating. So the rating agency said no one would give these companies money, and yet this administration did. And
which
so,
should have been a sign. If no private venture capitalist was interested in doing it, then why? You know, that should have been a sign.
But that's how committed they are to this green energy initiative versus what American people want them to do, which is increase supply, which will help bring down the price, which is exactly what we need to happen to help our economy. But I tell you, here's the important thing. They're starting to get the message. I mean, it's no accident that the president went to Oklahoma. I mean, he's not going to Oklahoma because he thinks he's going to win Oklahoma in November. He's going to Oklahoma because they understand they're losing on this issue, and they better do something. Now, unfortunately, I don't think they'll do the right thing, which is help us increase supply. But at least they get now that this is impacting them politically, and maybe they'll do something smart about this and focus on the supply and get away from this ridiculous program that they had.
For the life of me, I don't understand this Secretary Chu as a. I mean, when you look at his background, very smart man, a very accomplished man, and yet they put him in charge of a big government agency, and they gave him the power to sign a loan deal, and just to squander hundreds of millions of dollars of American taxpayers, and in doing so really hurt the green movement. And really set a bad example, and I mean, it's astounding that
there are only two conclusions you could reach: either they were helping their friends, helping their political buddies, or they were incompetent, or frankly both. And when you look at the facts, 8 of the 27 companies that got loans had connections, close connections with the Obama administration. Steve Wesley is on the board of Tesla, works in the department. They got a loan. The Commerce Secretary, who got a loan from a company, he was formerly on the board. I mean, you look at the connections, it's either help your buddies, incompetence, or both. And the people who pay the price, American taxpayers who had their money using these programs, and the people who have to buy gas, which is every American citizen, at a $4 gasoline. And
the mixed opportunity to really do good development. You know, to really pursue to pursue the things that would be very.
Because everyone is for. Look. We conserve, you conservatives, you Republicans, you aren't for. We're all for alternative sources. We're all for, but let the market do it. Don't play this cronyism game. Don't help your political friends, and don't do it at the expense of doing what you should do, focusing on the gas prices, focusing on increasing supply. That's the problem.
Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now we know it starts.